Okay, bring up one more thing. No, don't want that. I do want this. Okay, bring up one more thing. All right, guys, it's Sunday night, December 10th. My name is Terrapup, aka Chuck Payne, and I welcome you to this live Sunday session. Um, wasn't planning on doing one, but I wanted to work on some stuff, and I figure why not? Let's build some stuff. If you guys come in, have questions, you're welcome to ask. Um, and we'll go from there. Got a new corset mouse pad to protect my desk. One of the disadvantages of working with small bore computers is the little soldering irons tend to scratch the desk. And this is a brand new desk, and I really do want to keep this as my recording area. You might note that here, let's see if we yes, I do have three cameras. One that I can talk to you guys directly with. The overhead, I want to show you guys this. I finally got something that works really nice. I was using a boom mic before. And then I got my regular camera here that's going to be looking down on stuff. Some of the stuff I'm working on, and I want to give a shout out. Still working on the video. This right here, this beautiful pink board, is a Manago-Pi that America Droid was kind enough to send me to do a review on. And I have to be quite honest, I'm kind of impressed with the with it. It's been acting really good. It has Android 10 and it has Debian and with X face on there, and the video is coming up soon. But tonight, what I wanted to work on while I was seeing if anybody's out there, and I figure I would answer any questions and um, assemble this. But let me get my scissors real quick. But tonight, for the next hour, I'm going to be working with two things. And like I said, if you pop in, feel free to ask me questions. If you're curious about anything, feel free. That's what I'm going to be doing tonight. I was going to be working on my network. And I'll kind of show you guys what I was trying to do. Give me a second. So, all right. So we're going to turn off the overhead for a second. So, as you guys probably seen from my little shorts, I was working on rebuilding a NAS last week, and I got it up and running, but I'm now trying to get all these services. A lot of people, they do Casa OS. I have Casa OS, but Casmus was my first kind of Docker-like application, and I can log in real quick, and I'll I'll show you guys. Okay. But like most people, I recorded the password and I forgot it. So I was gonna reset it, go in and add another page because there there's some stuff I want to run, and I had some stuff. Now, what's unique about this CasaOS that I was going to work on tonight, but like I said, because I'm missing the admin password, I can't add another repo, is this is running on an Odroid M1, and where getting the NAS that I rebuilt last week, I actually threw away about 10 hard drives. I used Smart D, was going through, and I was amazed at how how many drives were pending failure. I mean, it was like days, not months, not years, days before they were dying. But hey, it was donated hardware. It worked. I got it back up, installed TrueNAS Core on it. So it's working really beautiful. And just kind of show you guys. I too use Proxmox like a lot of other people, but I also like libvirt. Proxmox is nice. It uses libvirt under the hood, but the one thing that always initially kind of upset me about Proxmox was the fact that there was like no GUI. So I got it up. Um, there's my NAS. One of the things I learned um, was get the NFS set up, and set up no groups, nobody. It tends to like that a lot better. And just to prove it, because I'm always bragging that I'm a member of OpenSUSE. I do run SUSE, and this is Tumbleweed with Xface, and this is going to be where I'll do a lot of my administration and things like that. And I'm trying to get other things set up. Monitoring, I like, I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name, but I love this monitoring tool. It uses SNMP traps. I got my DNS set up. I have two Casa OSs running. I have this one for the network that you guys will be seeing when I do these chats with you or my videos, and then I have one for my private network. But yeah, last week was pretty fun getting the going through all the hard drives, everything in there. Could be lying to me, but the drives that are in there are all showing that they're good. Was quite amazed at the number of Western Digital Blacks that were just failing. But again, donated hardware, beggars can't be choosy. It lasted me a good 4 to 5 years. The server that it actually came from was let's see, I got laid off in 2017. That's when they gave it to me. And I want to show you guys this. You see this? This I'm going to hold for the rest of my life. This is a trophy. And everybody's probably going, why would you want to keep a USB drive? And the reason being is my old boss got, well, no, he wasn't upset. He just said, we can't run production off of a flash drive. Well, Colin, buddy, pal, the guy who doesn't understand that Unix is better than Windows, and I know that's going to start a lot of people getting upset. This is what IX system was running our NAS off of. I thought it was a ROM. No, it was this little guy here. This went bad. And unbeknownst to me, I set up a new one that ran for years. The only problem was the fans could not be regulated and it sounded like a freaking rocket. So, but anyway, to all my friends, Performance Matters, NAS02, this is what was running it. So it's one of my little trophies. But getting back to what we're going to be doing tonight, and again, I'll monitor chat. So, first of all, you guys have probably noticed I have a lot of Banana-Pis on my channel. And I love testing their boards, okay? And this here, and sorry, I'm trying to keep this thing clean. This here, let's see if we can get it on right there. Ooh. Ah, the overhead's picking it up better. There we go. This is a Banana-Pi M6. I was excited. I actually went to the official Banana-Pi page. They were sold out. And I was informed they probably weren't going to make any more of these. And I found another company that was selling these. So let's get this open up. And I'll do a video on it later, but what I want to do tonight is get it into a case because this thing is beautiful. M.2 E key on top, so we can do our wireless. Okay. USB-C, micro HDMI, 3 USB, and I guarantee that's a 1 gigabit. But what's missing on top, guys? What is missing on top? The CPU. This is not an All-Winner. This is not an AML Logic. This is not a Broadcom or Rock Chip. When I do the video, I'll go over it, but this is Synovix. Anyway, this is a different chipset altogether, and I was wanting this very badly, okay? Because again, this was something that I've never seen this chipset before, so it's one of those. It was pretty cool. 16 gigs of eMMC storage and 4 gigs of memory. So it's going to be a nice little board. And we got our GPIOs, okay? And there's our standard UART pins and power over Ethernet pins, if I'm right, okay? Could be wrong. And then, so there's our board, and we're going to put this over here out of the way. And the one thing that we're going to be doing with this tonight is, okay, we're going to try out a new board. So normally I like to get, here, this is about to fall apart because I pulled it apart, but I like to get these guys. Acrylic cases. This is a stackable one. Perfect for Raspberry Pi or any of these boards that are Raspberry Pi format. Top two are Libre computers. This is their All-Winner chip. This is a La Potato. This is a Pine. I do have one Pine board, but it was nice. And I pulled out, I had a wave share with Raspberry Pi 2 that I'm getting ready to solder, because if you saw my other video, I'm going to be putting it into that. But anyway, so I have another banana pie. Not going to show it tonight because I really want to, give it its chance. Okay. But what I wanted to try was a new case. So this is from Geek Pie. They do some great cases. Okay. And why am I excited about this? Okay. If it works, this is going to be really cool. If it doesn't work, hey, at least I tried. Okay. This is an acrylic case that is for a Pi 4. Okay. And what's cool about that, and you can kind of see in the bag, let's get this out. It's got a, I don't know, would you call this a daughter board? I would call it an extension board. But, ooh, I see one problem already. And let's see. Yep, I could desolder it. Not happy. Well, I guess I could clip it off. Well, let's try to get the case together. The whole thing that I wanted to do, okay, and it's not going to fit. I should have checked was yeah, it's going to block. Was I wanted something that I can use with my KVM. I have this nice little KVM that I bought for 30 bucks. The cables are designed that I can do both the keyboard and video, and I can do different selections. It works out pretty nice. So, all right, let's go back. And what I'm looking at, guys, is I'm still gonna try to put this together because maybe, no, that doesn't have audio either. I was thinking I could use it with the Banana-Pi CM4 because it has the wave share board with this. You see, it does have an HDMI port right there. Or sorry, audio. They removed it because of the board. So excuse me. You know what? All right. I don't know if I got any wire clippers. Okay. If I clip this off, that means this isn't going to be usable. So let me go. Give me a second. I'm going to step away and try to see if I got some wire clippers. Okay, I do not. So let's try this. Let's put this back over here on the shelf. wire clippers would be so much, or desoldering it, but I don't have a solder iron. Man, it's in there good. All right, let's get all the case together, except for this. I'm going to desolder it later. That way I don't scratch or do something mess up the board. Again, guys, if you guys are coming in and watching, feel free to ask me a question, about anything, home labbing and stuff like that, so that I can see if anybody's around. So let's go ahead. Standoffs, our plexiglass. And again, the whole reason I got this is I want to get it into the case. Okay, this will slide in like that. If it works with the board, it'll give me an extra USB 2. Okay, it'll give me full HDMI out, and the power will be here. Okay, and you can see where the traces are. If you're new to the breadboards, you can always trace where stuff is going. So like, see the audio that I'm going to be getting rid of. If I can get someone to desolder it for me, it'll remove these off, which will make these connectors to this useless. Okay, so all right, and let the fun begin. So I'm glad I got somewhat of nails. I don't know what part of the world people are watching this from, but I will say that right now, here in the lovely state of Georgia where I reside, we've had wet weather, warm weather, well, cool weather. It was in the 60s yesterday, but today it is just dropping down into the 30s tonight, high 30s. So I am surprised I am not caught a cold because I was out in the wet weather. I actually went to get a couple NVNEs. These are something you should not pull apart on live TV or on a live feed. I love acrylic cases. I love metal cases. But the thing I don't like about acrylic, and I understand why it's on there, is to protect it, but man, sometimes it is such a pain in the butt to get off. Okay. So, okay, got a question. If anybody is out there, I'm going to pose a question. Let's see if anybody is out there. Okay. Hi, Steve. Thank you for dropping by. Appreciate it. So 2023 is almost over. And at the beginning of the year, we heard that Raspberry Pi was not going to release a new board. And 1 second, guys. So anyway, so Raspberry Pi announced at the beginning of the year that there was no new Pi for 2023, and we see that that was a lie. Okay, and no, I'm not bashing um, um, Raspberry Pi, but I noticed that Radix jumped on the bandwagon with their, the Rock 5, and Orange Pi with their 5. They went to town. I think Orange Pi, honestly, this year is going to take the cake as far as innovation and new boards, because they have a 32 gig board out there. Unless, let's be honest, most ARM boards, 8 gigs was it. I mean, Radix and Orange Pi with the initial release of the 16, and I'll show you guys something real quick. Here. That is an Orange Pi 5 Plus that's on my desktop that I got libvirt working on. Okay, and it's working nice. I do have Radix, but of the two, I have a couple Radix. I have, as you can see there, that's a C. But my Orange Pis, I've really been doing a lot more with them than I have the Radix. So, I think Raspberry was smart by releasing. Oh, if anybody knows a better way of getting these off, let me know. But Raspberry Pi was pretty smart to release something because, you know, with their shortage and the scalpers and all that, they were really falling behind. And, a lot of boards stepped up to fill the void. Now they got to rebuild the trust. So here's my question. What small board computer are you looking forward to trying? Or have you bought a Raspberry Pi, Orange Pi 5, Radix 5, or a different board? Okay. What have you bought that you're really enjoying for 2023? Well, I appreciate you watching EXP, or Experience is how I would read it, from Korea. I appreciate it. Odroids are probably my favorite board, so it's good to see where folks are coming from. So, all right, back to this. Try not to scratch it or get a lot of fingerprints on it. Again, guys, what I'm trying to do is, and I'm going to have to solder this piece off, is I want to get the M6, Banana-Pi M6 to work with this board in this case, okay? And if it doesn't work, fine, I'll just keep it around when I do get a Raspberry Pi 5. So, well, I'm glad you guys like it. Steve, you mentioned Nano-Pi. Nano-Pi is, I haven't got one yet. And okay, years ago, when I was got into Raspberry Pis, I used to belong to this group on Facebooks, and we did a lot of retro gaming. And there was a guy, he swore by the Nano-Pi. And, at that time, I didn't use like AliExpress. I only used, um, Amazon. I order quite a number of stuff now from AliExpress, but I need to get a Nano-Pi. Okay, I really do. So, which Nano-Pi would you recommend, Steve? I think they use like here. Let's try these bigger pieces. I swear to God, they use industrial glue. One trick I learned is if you go not fast but slow and evenly pull, paper comes off very nicely. Oh, I wish they were all like that. That was nice. But getting back, like I said, Steve, you whole reason I got into all these other boards was retro gaming. And that's the thing it amazes me. Raspberry Pi came out and suddenly uh, the first couple of videos are like, hey, here's the Raspberry Pi 5, here's the specs, and then everything after that was more or less, hey, here's the games you can play on it. And I was like, okay, if and when I get one, I'm going to talk about how I'm going to use it in my home lab. Okay? Because remember, everything you guys see me put together, okay, I'm doing to replace big iron. Okay? And by big iron, in the other room, maybe later I can figure out how to get a camera over there, turn it on and off. But I have a half rack of servers. Okay, I was showing earlier my Proxmox server, and I have two Proxmox servers, one libvirt. I might do like Radow. That's a guy you should check out. Um, he has no clue who I am, but I watched his home lab where he was actually doing diagrams and showing stuff. But um, yeah, my whole goal with this stuff is to find things that can replace stuff. electricity in the last 2 or 3 years has skyrocketed. Inflation is like really bad. So if I can cut my power down, I make it better. And plus, I think I can make the house a little bit cooler. Sorry, I was looking at my dog Snoopy. She's on the couch and she's in a place where I can't yell at her right now, but that's besides the point. So this here, this is going to be the base, and our M6 is going to sit there. Eventually this will sit here. And what I'm pulling off now is going to be the top. One of these years, I'm going to get a little workshop, and I want to get a laser cutter where I can cut this acrylic. But you have to have like nice blowers, you know, because the stuff, the shavings and all that can be deadly. But there are so many projects I want to do. Speaking of which, projects. So I hope you guys stay with me throughout next year. I'm going to be working on one project especially, and either I'm going to use Raspberry Pis, or if I can find something that can do just as great a job, I'm going to probably use that. But I am going to be working on an internet radio that the whole thing is, I want to make it look like something from the 30s and 40s. So I'm going to work on building a wooden case, and we're going to get it to look pretty cool. I've got some speakers. I'm going to build like a prototype, just a proof of concept, but that'll be some videos on itself. And then my Learning Linux series, I will be doing that. There we go. Ooh, slow and steady. This is something I tell my... So I'm a team lead. I won't say where, but I am a team lead, and I always tell my guys, slow and steady wins the race. And I know that's weird because most people who are very cocky and know what they're doing, you know, a little bit of arrogance, they want to do it fast and hard. But slow and steady does win the race, because when you're slow and steady, you don't make as many mistakes as you do when you rush into something. Took me a long time to learn that. And, you know, I tried to teach people that if you're gonna run into something fast and hard, you're gonna make mistakes. And no, you want to go slow and steady. Part of the reason I have my home lab, okay, part of the reason I know as much as I do is I go into it, I start learning, and the more I learn, the better I am. But I also know that if I rush stuff, I can make some bad mistakes. Okay? And I'll be honest with you guys, there's a couple times in my career, um, I got close to being fired. Luckily, I found one job I was going to be fired. Luckily, I found a different job and left there, but it was a miserable startup. I kind of swore off startups after that. The two companies later, I was doing the startup that absolutely love, and that's where this came from, that company. But anyway, it was nice. Okay. I don't know about you guys, but I'm so thrilled that I'm almost got this going. I'm going to start up. See? And this is a real nice case. I've had some cases where they cut this like this here. Okay. It was so thin that it would break. Okay. This is some decent acrylic. Come on, come on, come on. Doing so good, and then we hit these smaller pieces. Come on. Another thing that's interesting about this M6, part of the reason I wanted to get it is I wanted to see the processor. So based on the wiki, and like I said, we'll have a web page. I'll do the whole thing, about it. Is I did not see a version of Linux for this. So this will be the first board I got that's going to be pretty much all Android. So that's going to be fun. I really need to learn how to compile my own versions of Linux. Armbian, a great group of guys, they actually have several documents that show how you can compile it. So I might give that a shot. I'm not really a programmer. I've always been like a hardware guy. That's why I love these small board computers. One of the guys that I followed a long time ago for doing retro gaming, he's now doing printers. 3D printers look beautiful. But these small board computers eat up my budget. The last couple boards, the Mini R3, which I'm happy I got, the little USB fan that I've been running on it is fantastic. This one I found, like I said, voila. Whew. How long? Oh, good Lord, 44 minutes. We've been doing this a long time, so I apologize to everybody that this is taking so long. All right, so forgive me for looking up here. I'm following the online instructions. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to dump out these. And we're going to put it together. So that, all right, guys. Okay. That's why it's quiet. I don't see it. I was looking for my cell phone, but maybe. All right. So again, this is the baseboard, and the first thing it recommends is we're going to take these little tiny screws. We're going to put them there. And we're going to use these small bases. Okay. Oops. This corset mouse pad is really nice. I could use a crafting board. Now I still might, but this corset board it makes it really nice. So, all right. So these smaller ones, according to the instructions, go here. Okay. And um interesting. Where's the box? Because I am missing some screws. So, Geek Pie, not happy about this. And I'm missing some bolts. So, hold on, there's definitely some stuff missing from this. Make sure that, forgive me guys, I don't mean to keep bringing over this way, but okay. So we got those. We're missing these. And these are supposed to be higher. They'll write on that. All right. I'm going to step away for 1 minute. I actually have standoffs in the other room. I'll be right back. Oh, sorry about that. I accidentally stepped on my dog. Okay. And great little kit. So these should be 2.5s. My son was joking with me earlier tonight because I was like, what could go wrong? You could be missing parts. And sure enough, we're missing some parts. All right, so let's get these in there now. And by the way, guys, that's Snoopy. I am the living Charlie Brown. I didn't see her behind the couch. Went rushing into the other room. Okay. So if we're looking at this, we did this. Again, I'm going to hold off on this for right now because I want to desolder it. So we're going to put no, hold on. I've done this several times. Have you guys ever done that? You put the screws in and then you realize wrong direction. So let's do this again. And this is how I figured it's the wrong direction. If I put this here, it's out. We don't want it that way. We want it the other way. And you'll see here in a second what I'm talking about. Even until I get this soldered off, this will be a nice little board that I can get it up and running. So now we're going to go, yep, like that. Just make sure I didn't do this before, but I have so many of these little screwdrivers. This came in one of my kits, and I freaking love this. I'd love to have some more of those little tools. Well, I was going to do this for an hour, but I'm just going to keep going until I get this built. Why not? Either people watch or they don't watch. Either way, I got to get this stuff done. Okay. See, beautiful. And then this, like I said, eventually will be there. Okay. Okay. But for now, let's go ahead. That there, and another little free tool that was freaking awesome. Let's see if I get this on there. I could do a lot of this. You know, it's amazing. We have precision screwdrivers, but not a precision wrench set. There. Need to go get my other tools. All right, this is so that we can see how it's going to look. All right, so this will be on the back. And this is on. Does go like that. Okay. That makes more sense. And then our sides, our 40-pin GPIO. Okay, that's going to look good. It really is going to look good. And see, this will then so okie doke. That makes more sense. So there's longer standoffs that connect to the other standoffs, so that when I connect this temporarily here in a couple minutes, Okay. And again, we're missing screws. So I really am upset. There is a bag missing. I guess, have you guys ever left a bad review? I'm gonna have to leave a bad review. One thing, let's take a look real quick. I'm worried because of the CPU. There's no, this might just be a bad case for this board. What do you think? I think it is. But yeah, because see, the CPU is going to be there. There's not going to be any airflow. So I'm probably not going to desolder this. Well, it was worth a shot. Let's. What about you? Here we go. Let's try this. Now this is a board that came for Radix. This board here. But what I want to do, I'm going to go ahead and disassemble it. Okay, all these little short stops are over here. So there's enough space for the memory. If I leave the lid off for right now, and with these standoffs, you got to make sure that when you're pulling them apart, that you're holding them not. They'll just twist and twist and twist. So the Radix 5C, which is what I got in my hands, has the same form factor as a Raspberry Pi 4. So I should be able to push that in like that. can do without breaking it. It again. Yes. There we go. Now, I'm going to flip these. Maybe not. Okay. These are M3s, and so not a problem. Another thing to being successful is adaptation. Okay. So we're only going to try 2 to begin with. Okay, so this is a 3. Yes, perfect. Hopefully it will go through this, and yes, it will. Those 2's away for another day. All right, so I'm going to need 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to put this aside. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and get these screwed in. Hopefully I got more. Nope, that's one of the small ones. That's one of the ones we want to use. And one more screw. Hmm. Ah, there it is. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I don't think you guys can see it, but I'm going to turn them on anyway. You know what? We're going to try. And this is me thinking crazy. That's the same length. Yeah. Okay, what I'm trying to do so you guys can understand is I want to be able to use the fan. Okay. Let's try one of the other standoffs. You may need to cut the holes out a little bit, but I could put the fan here, keep this NVMe cool, and get airflow through there. So, all right, guys. Well, this video's gone pretty long. I am going to get this finished. Okay. I'll show you guys. What I need to do is I need to drill these holes out a little bit more so that way I can, because what I really want to do, just kind of show you, is if I get this on there, I get this. I can use this, maybe, maybe not, but I was going to try to use that to tie it down. Okay. I don't think there's enough screw for it to catch on to. But anyway, I'm going to end the video. I appreciate everybody coming by tonight. Appreciate the guys that came by and said hello. Um, at least somebody's watching. I am got a lot more stuff coming out. Um, it's just a lot of crazy stuff going on. So thanks again, and we'll talk to you soon. Until next time, this is TerraPup wishing you peace and happy holidays. And my stream deck's not working.